How's it going, guys? It's been a minute. I figure I would do kind of like an update video or whatever you want to call this. This may end up being short, it may end up not being short. I don't know. But I haven't been posting videos for a while because it's just been one of those hectic times where I've just been constantly working, constantly just being busy. Haven't really had time to do anything until lately. So like I said, this little rundown video, that's new also. Dope. So anyways, I guess we'll get started with this guy over here. So I went ahead and got another Subaru. So the story with this thing is for a little bit I had another Subaru before this, and after the one that's always shown in the videos, that thing was an absolute turd. This thing I only paid $200 for, didn't run, couldn't figure out why it didn't run, but turned out that we've been messing around with it. Well, I'm pretty sure the fuel pump's bad. I haven't had a chance to change it yet. But the motor and trans has 187,000 miles. The car itself probably has like 200,000. But the body's in a lot nicer shape. I mean, it's got its dings, it's got its dents, you know. This here, I gotta pop out. Not a big deal. And of course, we've got to have the exhaust. What is a Subaru without an exhaust, you know? It's got a little bit of rust over it here, you know. Like, it's typical stuff. But this one that's different from my first blue one is she's on coils this time and not lowered on WRX suspension. These are max speeding rod coilovers, which, if you're looking for a budget coilover, I recommend these a lot. Chris actually has these on his BMW that he's been drifting, and it's super nice. As you can see, a little bit of this is tore apart because I've still been trying to figure out what's been going on with this. Trying to get everything squared up, make sure everything's all good, and digging into it in case there's more than just a fuel pump issue. But altogether, I don't think it was too bad of a buy. Now, if you notice on the shelves, like say over here, there's some Z31 parts. We'll get into that in a little bit. But we'll go ahead, we'll go over some of the other cars real quick, just as like an update. Is going to be a little bit different than what you've seen before. Boom. We no longer have the maroon one. This is a 2008 GXP. It has around 147,000 miles on it, and this car has absolutely zero rust. We picked this bad boy up from Ohio. This is the wife's new car. Probably the second newest car that we've had, other than the Tahoe. We'll open her up real quick so you guys can see in. Don't mind if it's a little dirty, but leather suede interior, factory radio, all the chrome goodies because it's an '08, perforated steering wheel. You know, the nice stuff. You know, I gotta close that up so it ain't so hot in here. But she's pretty. Like I said, this car has absolutely zero rust, and I'm actually really surprised because this car here has no undercoat underneath. Actually, you might be able to see over in here. Like, that there is just paint with a little bit of dirt on it in the wheel well. And there's absolutely no rust, and it's awesome. And then we'll move on to the Camaro. Still got her. I got some parts for her that's gonna get put on eventually. I got roller rockers, lifters, push rods, all that. I'm just kind of waiting to figure out what cam I'm gonna use because it being a 93 technically, the cams are different from it being a 96 or anything like that. Something about the dowel rod on the end of the cam is different. Weird things, you know, LT1 problems. But yeah, that's kind of what's been going on with those cars. As far as life goes, I think I said it before, but we recently had a baby. She's gonna be 9 months old here soon. Very happy. Now manager at where I'm at now. And I've just pretty much been living life, keeping busy and, you know, trying to get things going, trying to make sure everything's good. And, you know, playing around with this thing. You know, like I said, it's just been a long process. But we're going to wait on Justin, see if he shows up. If he shows up, cool. If not, then this is going to be the video for the day. And I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, well, I figured while I was waiting on him, I figure I would go ahead and sand down his spoiler a little bit, because it's got a little bit of scratchies in it. I tried repainting it for him. So I'll do a little bit of explaining real quick while I have a second. So all these parts, well, most of them are for sale. They're actually from a parts car. And we'll just say that Justin no longer has the Z that he used to have. We'll leave it at that, and we'll have to check that out once he gets in, so that way we can take care of and see what we can do to that thing and go from there. But yeah, there's a lot that's changed. He's got a new car. Jared's got a new car. Chris has probably been through about 19 cars. Just kidding, Chris. We all love you. You know it. But we're going to go ahead. And as I said, I'm going to go ahead and sand that down. And we'll go from there. Yeah. Alright, so we back at it again. This motherfucker is just lighting shit on fire. Bottle's kind of, you know, smoky, kind of like this thing. So, we got the spoiler here sanded down. I mean, it's decent. I mean, it's got its own type of things going on. Will you stop? So anyways, this thing outside. So this is not the same car. Am I right? No. This thing has a little hint on the side if y'all can't read. That says Schoolboy on the side. What? So check this out. 86 300ZX turbo. T-top 2+0 car, meaning no back seats because who needs it? Man wall, digital cluster, welded diff, Kaminari, you know, rear spoiler, you know, broken frickin' bucket handle, turd. All of the broken bucket handles, fuck. Yeet. So what all have you done to this thing so far? For the viewers?
Jack shit.
Jack shit? Other than a welded diff?
Yeah. Absolutely nothing. It stopped. Completely.
And the story behind this thing? Motherfucker met the aid of an acid tripping man and thought that this thing needed to meet a tree because dragons jumped out in front of him.
No, he said that he swerved from a deer and hit a tree with it. So the front end was like 2 inches off. But I'm pretty sure that tree jumped out in front of him and he hit the tree.
This thing is cool, Duke boys.
pretty much fixed now.
Oh, and these are the old wheels from the other Wii. And you can still see the orange.
Why?
Fuck!
Some of them want to paint.
Nah. I just didn't see it. We too love yoga pants here on Risk Garage. Oh shit. Alpha Omega, hit them up if you need some dope cars. We got Skylines and Supras for sale. Me, I'm too broke for that. Anyways, I guess I'm gonna clean this off, and he's gonna play with this bottle and this bottle rocket and figure out what the next plan is, if there even is a next plan. What if that wouldn't have went in?
Oh well.
It will now. Shh. Pickle Rick! This thing's still broken. Yep. We be back.